My dear students, grade 5, today's lesson is about how can we see colors. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at today's lesson or today's objectives, the things we're supposed to learn, or today we're going to talk about how can we see things, what is light, and how can light change its direction. Okay, imagine now, look at the picture and how you can see. Of course, we have learned that we need light to see. Okay, imagine that you have this book. This is your science book. How do you think we can see that book? Okay, because we understand that we need light to see, so there is a source of light there. And this is you. So first of all, the light falls from that source of light. This is a source of light. So the light falls from that source of light in straight lines, as we have learned. And then what happened? That book actually reflects the light back to your eyes. So this is how you can see a book. Now let's try, I know, anything like an apple. Also, there is a source of light and your eyes. So first, the light falls on the apple straight, and then the apple reflects the light back to your eyes. So this is how we can see things around us. First, the light falls on the object, and then the object actually reflects the light back. Okay. So now, what is light? If we're going to talk about the light, we have to understand what is light and what is light diagram. First, light. Light actually is waves. These waves are called electromagnetic waves, like the waves coming from the sun, which is the main source of energy, heat, and light on our planet. These waves travel in a straight line, as we have learned before. These lines, or these rays, or light in general, falls on the object and then reflect, allowing us to see what's around us. Okay, do you remember that apple and the book and how we draw arrows to show that we can see things around us? This is called a light diagram. A light diagram where light rays is represented by a straight line. So when we do that line, when we look at the apple, this is the source of light. Okay, so when we do that straight line, this line represents light ray. And this arrow, that arrow, represents direction of light. So a light diagram is a diagram that shows the ray of light by a line and the direction of light by an arrow. And again, light is electromagnetic waves that travel in a straight line. Now, next thing, okay, so we have light, and we know now that light travels in a straight line. So if someone knocks at your door, can you tell who's there without opening the door? Of course not. We cannot tell who's there without opening the door. We cannot see behind closed doors. Also, we cannot see around the corners. But why is that? First, let's remember that before, in the previous lesson, we have learned that there are 3 types of materials: transparent materials, translucent materials, and opaque materials. Okay, these materials, actually, some of them allow the light, all the light that falls on them, to pass through like the transparent material. And to give an example, the glass. Translucent material, actually they only reflect some of the light and absorb some of the light. So they only reflect some of the light. Okay, so we can see through them, but not very clearly. Opaque materials actually absorb all the light that falls on them, so we cannot see through them. Okay, so back to the question, we cannot see behind closed doors. One, because actually doors are opaque materials. Opaque materials absorb the light falling on them, and that do not allow the light to pass through them, and that's why we cannot see. So we cannot see behind closed doors because closed doors are opaque, okay, and also they absorb all the light that falls on them. So no light passes through, so you cannot see what's behind them. Another reason, we asked also why we cannot see behind closed doors or around corners. Okay, we have learned before that light actually travel in straight lines. Okay, so these straight lines, when there is something like a corner, which is a wall, a door, something that blocks the light, actually that absorbs all the light. So nothing comes back here. So if there is no light behind, this means you cannot see through. Also, the light cannot bend around corners. It only works in straight lines. So because it does not bend around the corners, you cannot see what's around the corner. Okay, so now we know that light can change direction by reflecting off some surfaces, not all the surfaces. This is our lesson for today. Hope you understand the lesson and hope you study well. Now try answering these questions. Okay, what is light? How does light travel? Draw and label a diagram to show how we can see. Draw and label a diagram of light on a surface of mirror. This one we have studied before. Thank you for listening. See you next time.